Welcome everyone to the Inland Sports Show. Before we start the show, make sure you like this video and you've subscribed to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. And if you're a local business or organization and you'd like to promote yourself on this show, just send us an email, inlandsportshow@gmail.com. The show starts right now. And welcome everybody to the Inland Sports Show. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We are live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. We got a big show, high school golf, high school football, high school baseball, all sorts of things. And we're going to jump right into it as we lead off live at Murrieta Mesa High School as we check in with the Rams baseball team. The Southwestern League is wild again this season. It is wide open. These guys are coming off a big win against Temecula Valley with another big game coming up on Thursday to see who's going to take that series. It is head coach Michael Nagamatsu and CJ Moran of the Rams. And coach, first off, when you look at the Southwestern League as a whole, is it stressful? Is it fun? What's it like right now coaching the Rams? Hey, Coach Nagamatsu and CJ Moran from Murrieta Mesa. I think we figured out the audio. Are we okay, Johnny? Okay, so Coach, tell me about the Southwestern League right now. It is wild. It is wide open, and you guys are right there in the mix.
I mean, in my opinion, it's, top three leagues in all of Southern California, 1 through 6. It's tight. I think there's a game or two that separates 1 through 6. And so tons of talent in our league, great coaching across the board. Every game goes down to the last really out. I mean, every game that we've been in has been 1 or 2 runs separation. And, it's going to go down, I think, to the last game of the season.
Obviously that's fun. At least as a baseball fan, that makes it fun. But as a head coach, does that make things a little stressful?
This is my first year in the Southwest League, and you hear the stories and stuff, but once you don't really fully understand what it's about until you're in it. And our first game in the league, we played Shap, Braylon Dowdy, out of the gate, 97-98 off the bump. We squeezed a run across, manufactured 1 run. It was a 1-0 game, and that was my welcome to the league moment. And it's very stressful. You got to really plan things out. Got to have A, B, C plan throughout the game, and you got to be on your toes, that's for sure.
Yeah, these almost feel like playoff games right now in the Southwestern League because every time you roll the ball out, these are huge, meaningful games. I'm looking at the league standings right now. Vista and Chaparral are on top at 5-3, but man, you guys, Temecula Valley, Murrieta Valley, all at 4-4. I mean, you can't even predict what's going to happen these last couple of weeks. It's going to be fun, I guess.
It's definitely a playoff atmosphere. I think, this year is the first year we've gone 3 games a week. In the past, they did a round of 1 and then 2 in a week. So there's a lot of strategizing that goes into play when you got 3 games a week. Every game matters. It's extremely difficult to sweep a team. You got to make sure you have your pitching depth going and your pitchers ready. You got to have the right rotation. Guys got to be healthy. And obviously we have to manage burnout with that too, with 3 games, sometimes 4 games a week. But yeah, every game is playoff atmosphere, man. It's a heated time inning by inning. And, this week is no different. This week's a big week for all the teams. That third week is kind of, it's either you separate yourself or you kind of get behind or you kind of try to stay with the pack. But yeah, it's definitely, you get into the playoffs coming out of this league, you've gone through the ringer, and you should be very prepared for CIF.
Yeah, to see Great Oak right now in last with a 2-6 league record, I mean, that just speaks volumes of how good and how much parity there is right now in the Southwestern League. Coach, let me go to your guy, C.J. Moran, sitting right next to you. And C.J., like Coach mentioned, this is a big week. You've got Temecula Valley on Thursday, and that's the rubber match. We're going to see who's going to take the series this week. But you guys picked up a one-run victory against the Golden Bears yesterday. How important was that win for the Rams?
I mean, it was super important. I mean, that game gave us a chance to win this series and give us a chance to at least get fourth in league. I mean, that's our goal. We have goals, go over 500 and get at least fourth in league and to make playoffs. And our goal is to win a CIF championship here. And that was super important for that. And we just want to keep rolling.
You know, CJ, as I was talking with Coach, that every game is significant. They're all important. And as you go into this Thursday game against Temecula Valley, that's no different. It's a very important game for you guys and what the Southwestern League title race is going to look like. Do you embrace that pressure? Do you like knowing that every single game is a big game for you guys?
I do like that. It makes the games fun. I mean, going into the games, you always know you have a chance, or you know you're not going to blow out a team. I mean, the guys, we all get together and we bring the energy, we bring the fun, and I don't know, it feels great going to these games Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I love playing games with this team. I mean, this is the most fun I've had playing baseball in my life, and I just don't want the season to end. I just want to keep playing games. It's a lot of fun.
And CJ, did I just see on social media recently, did you sign or commit somewhere?
I'm committed to SDSU to play baseball.
So if I asked you, are you a football guy who plays baseball or a baseball guy who happens to play football? Because you're a football stud, man. Like, so what would you say to me?
I'm a baseball guy that plays football. Baseball's been number one since day one. Football is something I played the whole time. I've been playing baseball and football since I was, I think, 5 years old. But I've always been a baseball guy. My older brother plays baseball. Both my dad played baseball in college. My mom played softball in college. It's just, I feel like it's in my blood. I don't know. I can't get away from it.
And Coach Nagamatsu, as I go back to you, do you kind of feel that, I don't know, that football vibe, that football mentality from CJ on the baseball diamond? Is he kind of just like a physical guy out there?
I mean, he brings the energy every day. He's kind of the catalyst for that. He's one of our generals, and he really carries us in a lot of ways, energy-wise, effort-wise. He is such a great example. I mean, he's a commit for us. A lot of times, you know, guys that are one of your better players, you know, sometimes they can kind of start to play for themselves. He is the opposite of that. He is an ultimate team guy, program guy. He hustles. He's running from here to there. He's loud. He's energetic, and he's really a catalyst for us in all those areas.
All right, guys, finally, Coach, let me ask you, as you look at the final couple weeks here of regular season Southwestern League play, what does Murrieta Mesa have to do well to maybe win a league championship or at least finish high enough to secure a playoff spot, one of those automatic bids?
We've got to hit in big moments. You know, one of the things that we've kind of been preaching and trying to get after is being able to hit with runners on base. But we're getting better at that. And, you know, I always tell them you never want to play your best in the beginning or middle of the season. We are wanting to play our best ball towards the end of the season, and that's what we're working towards. We have great pitching. We have great defense. Both those areas have been absolutely stellar for us all season long. Now it's our hitting that's going to start coming around. And once those three things come around, I think we're going to be very, very hard to beat in our league and frankly, in CIF.
Well, Coach and CJ, thank you so much for jumping here on the Inland Sports Show. I really appreciate it. Best of luck against Temecula Valley on Thursday and these last couple of weeks.
Appreciate you, Pep.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's do this again, guys. That's the Murrieta Mesa baseball team checking in here on the Inland Sports Show. Absolutely love the Southwestern League, man. It is really good. A lot of fun for baseball. All right, we come back here on the show. We're going to transition to football. He's the brand new head coach for Citrus Hill. It is Ron Gueringer next here on the Inland Sports Show. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Rialto, right off the 210 freeway at Ayala Drive. Eat more chicken. Are you focusing too much on your child's athletic ability? That is this week's Gridiron Question with the one and only Boost man, Ray Bass, here at the Boost Performance Center. And Coach Bass, you know, this is for the parents out there. What are they emphasizing? Maybe the wrong things in their child's life.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I feel like I do see a lot of parents who focus too much on their child's, you know, raw talent and not putting enough emphasis on them being just good human beings. You know, I've said it before that there's so many kids who don't make it every year, who fall off for one reason or another. And a lot of times it's not about their talent. It's about who they are as individuals, their lack of coachability, you know, them being lazy, their huge egos. Those are all things that stand in the way of them reaching the higher levels. You know, I always tell my athletes that, you know, talent may get you through the door, but who you are keeps you there. You know, so I feel that parents need to invest just as much in who their kids are as little people as they do their overall talent.
That all makes sense. And unfortunately, we've heard too many stories of great athletes. It's the other stuff that keeps them from reaching their full potential. You can help that here at Boost, right?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, that's what our values are. Yeah. You know, when kids step in this building, whether they're training with us, whether they're attending our prep school, you know, it's all about that. It's so much about the intangibles and not just about, like I always say, creating robots and just bigger, stronger, faster.
All right, well, you can get a well-rounded athlete right here at the Boost Performance Center. That is the one and only Boost man, Ray Bass. This has been the Gridiron Question. Make sure you hit us up on the DMs on any Boost Training social media platform if you've got a future Gridiron Question. Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We're talking some high school football right now. It's always a good time to talk football. Spring ball for a lot of our local teams as we look ahead to next season in 2024. A brand new head coach at Citrus Hill, and he's joining us live on the show right now. We all know him as Coach G. Coach Ron Gueringer, the new head coach of the Citrus Hill Hawks. And Coach, my first question was going to be, have you ever been to Citrus Hill? But I know you have because you and I did a broadcast. I looked it up. It was 2015. You
Yes,
were like
sir.
my analyst. Do you remember that?
Yes, I was. And then not only that, but we used to scrimmage them. So we scrimmaged them like 3 or 4 years in a row. The Zomos did a great job there. They followed Doug Du Bois, who did a great job there as well. It's got a rich tradition of football, and I'm just blessed to have this opportunity.
Well, Coach, maybe this is kind of a loaded question, but you talk about that rich tradition. I know it's been kind of lean the last couple of years, but, what are some things you feel like you can do to maybe restore some of that tradition and get Citrus Hill trending in that right direction again?
Well, I think we got to do what they used to do in the past. We got to teach and coach a brand of tough, hard-nosed football. We got to get quality kids out. There's kids on campus, and there's kids in the surrounding area that got to understand that Citrus Hill is real about playing football again, and they want to improve. And I'm just blessed that Miss Allen and Drew Venezuela hired me. It was an effort to say that we care about football again, and we want to make it where other people understand that Citrus Hill is going to be a program to deal with somewhere in the future.
Well, Coach, I'm not going to list all of your previous stops, but Centennial, Corona, San Gorgonio. What's it about being a head coach? I mean, coach is coach, right? You just can't turn that switch off. I mean, is it like you just wanted to be a head coach somewhere, or is Citrus Hill the right fit? Like, why Citrus Hill?
Citrus Hill was the right fit. I mean, and I'm going to tell you, I applied for a couple other jobs, and I think I'm lucky I didn't get it. The atmosphere at Citrus Hill is second to none. Since I've been hired, I felt nothing but love and been given a lot of tools to succeed. There's so many coaching stipends. I mean, you don't get as many coaching stipends as we get there. But I just think we kind of fell in, luckily, together at the right time. And then here's what the other part is. I love football. I love coaching young men. I like getting kids to the next level. I mean, anybody who knows me, that's the number one thing I do, probably as well as anybody else, is getting kids to the next level. So I love coaching football. This is a special game for me. I've been doing it for a long time, but at the same time, I love coaching kids and making them better, making them great student athletes and getting them to the next level. And we plan on doing both at Citrus Hill, at the Hill.
At the Hill. Hey, Coach, do you feel like it keeps you young? Being out there on the sidelines and running your own program, like 20 or 30 years ago, what you're doing.
Oh, well, here's a funny thing. You make it like I'm old.
Not that old, but you know what I mean.
But here's what I can tell you. Coaching and being around young men always keeps you youthful. I mean, I probably dress 20 years younger than what I am. I mean, I care about the shoes I got, and stuff. But being around young men and watching them grow into great football players and watching them achieve their goals and going to the next level, there's nothing like it. And I love this game. So you're absolutely right. It keeps me young. It keeps me youthful. And I'm looking forward to great things there.
Coach G, I know some other coaches, when they get a little bit later in life, they're like, I don't want to be a head coach anymore. That's a lot of responsibility and pressure. I'll just be a coordinator. I know recently you were running the offense at Roosevelt, but, it's different, right? Being the head coach, like you're running the program and everything comes back to you at the end of the day. And that's fun, isn't it?
It is no doubt fun. I could have taken some opportunities back a couple of years ago at different spots, but I want to still be involved in the game, especially on a Friday night. There's nothing being better than being under the lights, and some people kind of wilter under the lights, and I think I'm just better under the lights. So on a Friday night, I'm willing to compete against anybody and do my thing, and I think I do a pretty good job at it, and it's fun, and there's nothing about matching wits with good football coaches. The Big A had plenty. Unfortunately, we weren't able to achieve some of the goals at Corona, but at the same time, I think we're looking forward at the Hill to doing big and better things.
So, Coach, this offseason, what do you think are some of the priorities for Citrus Hill? I know you're a big weight room guy. I've seen you at some 7-on-7 stuff in the past during, the summers. So what do you think is the priorities right now for Citrus Hill?
Well, first of all, the first thing is making sure the community understands that Citrus Hill is real and serious about football again. Number two, making sure that people, what we need to do is we usually start with speed training. We're definitely going to be in the weight room. We definitely love 7-on-7, but we're going to get guys to be better on the daily. We want to hold them accountable. We want them to work hard, and we're going to coach them hard. We're not going to be soft down there. We're going to coach them hard, but we're going to love them hard as well. So we're going to coach them hard, love them hard, and get to speed training, 7-on-7, weightlifting, all the things that fundamentally make a great program.
All right, Coach G, finally, what's on the top of your to-do list right now? Is it rounding out your coaching staff? Is it just getting to know the kids on campus? What's number one right now on your to-do list?
I think you hit both. Number one is recruiting kids. I walked on the campus. I've been on there twice, and there's kids that walking around, and you go, here's a 6'2", 220 kid who looks like a specimen, and he's not playing football. So we need to get guys out. We need to recruit our school and get the guys who are good football players or great athletes out there. We need them to get committed on understanding that we're going to do things differently, and we're going to be a little bit more intense and more, I would say, intentional. Nothing happens by mistake now. And I think I heard a guy speak recently, and it's all about intentionality. So we're going to be intentional about details. We're going to be intentional about getting faster. We're going to be intentional about getting stronger. We're going to be intentional about hitting people and being physical and doing the things we need to do. And then we're going to be good human beings. We're going to be humble. And then more importantly, the other thing is I do need to round out my staff. It's late in the year, so there's certain things that don't lend itself to things. A lot of good coaches already been committed elsewhere because they've already started. So at the same time, I know a lot of people, so we have some interest, but we're definitely trying to round out the staff as well.
Well, Coach G, listen, I always appreciate the time. I love chopping it up with you. And next time we do this, hopefully we can get you here in the studio. We can break down, do like a season preview of the Hawks.
Pep, you got that as a guarantee. I'll come down and do a preseason deal. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting the Hill back on top in our league and competing and staying in our lane, but being competitive and doing the things we could do.
That is Coach Ron Gueringer of Citrus Hill. I got to get used to saying that, Coach, at Citrus Hill. And we always appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Coach G.
Pep, always a pleasure. And I hope we do some more football games on the side as well. I'm still into that. I got a little podcast going on, so I'm still busy.
You can't get enough football. Coach,
I can't,
talking
honestly.
About it.
No, I can, and I love it. All right, so thank you, Pep.
You got it.
Appreciate you.
That's Coach G,
right,
the
man,
new
take
head
care.
football coach for the Citrus Hill Hawks. I love that guy. All right, we're going to take a very quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk some Yucaipa High School golf. That's next.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
Do nutrition supplements really build muscle? Absolutely, if you know what to take and how to take it. First, it's important to understand that muscle doesn't build itself. Any use of supplements should be backed by a solid strength program. Second, timing is key. Consuming supplements at the right time makes them that much more effective. Lastly, make sure you're consuming the right supplements. For my athletes, I always recommend carbohydrates, whey protein, and a high-quality creatine. Your boy, Boost Man.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Rialto, right off the 210 freeway at Ayala Drive. Eat more chicken. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. Right now, we're going to talk some high school golf here locally. It's a tradition unlike any other. Yucaipa High School boys golf. Hello, friends. Welcome the Yucaipa T-Birds to the Coach Blalock, it's Masters Week, right? Are you fired up? You're a big golf guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stoked. My favorite week of the entire year.
Well, we got head coach Brian Blalock. We got Tyler Price. We're going to check in with him in just a moment. But Coach Blalock, when we look at your season right now, I know we still have some, golf in front of us, but you're in a good spot to win a Citrus Belt League title. You're coming off a huge win against Redlands on their track. How do you feel, about the team right now, where the program's at, and that pursuit of a CBL crown?
Excited, stoked. There's kind of a flurry of emotions. We have not won the CBL in golf since 2017, so it's been a long time coming. It's been tons of hard work by the boys, and I like to give myself a little credit, doing some good coaching and getting these boys squared away. And it's always good to beat Redlands in any sport.
Coach, we've talked before in the past. You've had some good teams. What's different? What's unique, would you say, about this year's squad? Why is it special?
Well, you got cheeseball down there, Tyler Price, just cheesing. Tyler, the team is special because Tyler is a special, gifted player. We're fortunate enough and honored to have him on this team. We have had good teams in the past, and we got really close a couple years ago. But I think it's just our time. We've got a little bit of a younger team, but they're putting in a ton of work, and I just think it's our time to get it done.
All right, hold on, Coach Blalock. So I've interviewed Tyler before. He always seemed all business, like he's serious, like a linebacker, dialed in. What makes him a cheeseball? What keeps him loose on the links?
You know what? I don't know. I always try to drive home that he still needs to have fun on the golf course. Football is a completely different sport. The focus that he has in football helps for the focus in golf, but he likes to have fun. He has a ton of fun with his teammates. They goof around, but when it comes down to grind time, he is all business because of that football mentality, which I love.
Well, Coach, let me go to Tyler now. And Tyler, obviously, you're a football guy playing golf. In fact, you're a linebacker. I don't know how many linebackers play golf. But has football somehow, maybe at least in the mental game, helped you in golf?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, when you're playing in front of 2,000 people, it's you have a big crowd watching you, and the work ethic kind of transfers over because of weightlifting. And being pushed by your teammates, because I've always been kind of like a leader on the football team too. So I was the captain 2 years in a row, and I just kind of taken that into golf in an aspect of pushing myself to limits way beyond others, because golf isn't really that physically demanding in my opinion, because obviously football, you're hitting each other constantly. It's not more physically demanding, but golf's more mental for me. for everyone. But I mean, I'm out there as much as I possibly can be, and that football grind mindset has helped me just go nonstop.
Is there like two sides of Tyler? Because when I think of football, you're maybe screaming and yelling and getting your guys all fired up and, being physical. And then on golf, I mean, you got to stay composed. You got to stay locked in. I mean, is it golf and football more different or more similar, would you say?
I mean, the focus aspect, obviously golf's a lot different because like you have to be focused in every shot. Because like football, if you miss a play, you're just missing tackling a guy. You have 10 other guys on the team to help you. In golf, you miss a 3-foot putt, that's on you. And you have to live with that. So it's all about how you bounce back. Because in football, you can bounce back by, hitting someone extra hard or, taking it out, like getting a negative play after a 3-yard positive, like a positive play. In golf, it's like you miss a 3-foot putt and you make bogey. You can't let that compile you because it can turn into a double bogey even quicker. Like, I don't know how else to put it, but it's just, in football, you're rah-rah. In golf, you have to be calm and still, because if you get too hyped up, then it gets to you. If you get too down, then it also gets to you. So you have to stay even keel.
So Tyler, I'm sure people know if they're watching the Inland Sports Show, they're local sports fans. Your dad's the football coach, so I'm assuming you've played football basically your entire life. But when did you pick up golf, and how did you pick up golf? I mean, is your dad a golfer? Do you got other people in your family? Like, how did you first start?
Well, my freshman year, it was COVID, and there was only a couple sports on campus guaranteed, and one of them was golf. And my dad had not golfed in like 15 years, so he wasn't really a golfer. He's like, "You should go out for golf," and I'm like, and I was scared to death of Coach Maxwell because he was, I've never been a golf guy. I've always been a football guy. I played football 10 years prior to that. Like, it was never even touched the golf club. So I was scared, and I went into it and I was like, I had no expectations. I was like, I'm just trying to make the varsity roster, play some golf. And then the bug kind of got me. And I don't know how else to put it. I just kind of fell in love with it. I kind of fell in love with the craft of golf, and, nothing's ever perfect, and, you can never be too good.
Well, Tyler, I know you're going to Cal State San Bernardino to golf. You probably had opportunities in football as well, but why did you decide to pursue golf? And why Cal State?
I have way more passion for golf. I've never had so much passion for something in my life. It's special. Like, I don't know. I nonstop thinking about golf, and I'm nonstop trying to get better. So, I mean, in football is the same way, but in golf, it's just a different level. Like, I couldn't see myself putting football over golf, even though I've played football for longer, and I think I'm more talented at golf. I'm far more talented at golf too. So that helps.
All right, Coach, let me go back to you because Tyler, I guess, in the big scheme of things, is still relatively new to the sport. I mean, he's already really good. Do you feel like there's still a lot more to be, discovered, some untapped potential with Tyler?
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you're touching on that. I don't even think Tyler knows how good he is. Tyler knows he's good. He got good very fast, faster than I've actually maybe ever seen in the better part of 15 years of coaching or being an instructor in this sport, and also playing the sport at the highest level myself. This kid is next level talent. And as long as he continues to do the hard work that he's done, I've given him all the recipes, exactly what it takes to get to the next level. The sky's the limit for this kid. I think he has, I'm actually very grateful and thankful to be his coach. And we're honored to have him on the team. I love that he's not playing football anymore. Every single season, the last 3 seasons, I've been crossing my fingers he didn't get an injury, and losing one of my best players, and now obviously my best player this year. And I'm still crossing my fingers because he still does all sorts of stuff. I just don't want the kid to get hurt because he puts in more work than anybody I've ever seen at his age. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, it sounds like the sky's the limit with Tyler here. Yes. Tyler, listen, thank you so much. Coach Blalock, always appreciate our conversations. In fact, I got to be honest, though, this interview almost did not happen because I am a huge Sacramento Kings fan, and I think you were at the Lakers game with your son, right? And I don't mix well with Laker fans.
It was an awesome game last night. It was my son's 21st birthday, and it was a ton of fun. Good lifetime memories.
Yeah, I see all the banners in the back, the Lakers, the Dodgers. We won't talk about the Packers. I'm a 49er fan, so that one's okay in my book at least. So, Coach, listen, I always love it, man. We have a good time. I appreciate the time. And Tyler, congrats, man. I'm excited to see where golf's going to take you.
Thank you.
Well, guys, thank you so much. That's Yucaipa High School boys golf team here. Tyler Price, Coach Blalock here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we got more high school football. So check back here at Teen Vision TV 16 right after this break.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
Do you know how many calories you should be consuming every day? Too often I talk to athletes who want to build lean muscle, and the first thing they do is either buy a big tub of protein or drastically cut their calories. Like competing, to get the win with nutrition, athletes need a solid game plan. This means a diet that consists of complex carbs, lean proteins, and essential fats. And more importantly, knowing how much to eat of each. Your boy, Boost Man.
Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. We're talking more high school football right now. We talk football all year round, no doubt about it, even here in the spring. We've been checking in with some of the new head football coaches in the area, including at St. Jean in Temecula. Joe McGowan taking over the Mustangs. And Coach McGowan joined us here on the show. And, Coach, first off, congrats on the gig. Is this the first head coaching gig for you?
So this is my first head coaching football gig. I was head coach for basketball and baseball at Anza Hamilton, about 30 minutes outside of Temecula.
So you were telling me that your brother's the head coach at Hamilton, right? And
Yes.
There's going to be some sort of a sibling rivalry, I would assume, on the gridiron going forward, right?
Yes. So we are in the Manzanita League, and this year they're changing it up a little bit. And Hamilton is now with or in the same league as St. Jean. And so I think it's September, or it's one day in September, man. It's going to be a good game against Hamilton. So McGown versus McGown is going to be fun.
Listen, I don't have Hamilton's schedule or past seasons in front of me, but I remember a couple of years ago, Hamilton had a really good team. Were you running the offense on that team?
Yeah, I was actually their offensive coordinator for that year. We won league, had a nice game against Newby Bridge to win league champions. We won our first playoff game at Hamilton in forever. And then last year I took a year off, wanted to explore some other schools. St. Jean's popped up, only about 20 minutes away from where I live. And it's a Catholic school. I'm a devout Catholic, and I just got my master's in teaching. So I'll be a math teacher there and head football coach. So I think it's just perfect timing with what's going on.
I'm not trying to sound like overly dramatic, but it sounds like this is the perfect gig for you, combining your faith and combining football and being close to home and being able to be a head coach. I mean, am I right? Is this like the dream job for you?
Oh, it's perfect. My mom, like right when I got the job, it's funny. My mom just said, "Oh, Joseph, it's a God thing." I'm like, "Yeah, it truly, it's awesome." I mean, my whole family, we all went to Hamilton. Actually, I coached there the last 5 years. But I think just now branching out, doing my own thing, and hopefully we can get St. Jean's on the map. This will be its like fourth full season this year. So, and I think it's only the sixth year as a high school. So, going to be fun to build it from the bottom and get it going.
Well, Coach McGowan, that's a perfect segue to my next question, because I was going to say, St. Jean is still a relatively young school. It's only had football for a couple seasons. What's fun, what's challenging about, building a program essentially from scratch, right?
Yeah. So at Hamilton, obviously, as offensive coordinator, it was already ready to go. So I just had to keep it going. Now as a head coach for a fairly young team, Coach Ortiz last year, great man, great coach. Got the program really going the last 2 years, but it was a very young team last year. Besides their skilled players, last year were mostly seniors. They're going to be gone and very dearly missed. But my linemen is what I'm most excited for, because the starters last year were like freshmen and sophomores. And so I completely love that, because I love running the ball a lot. So having a line like that is going to be nice. But like you said, it's a fresh start and building it from the get-go. It's going to be tough. There's going to be some issues, but I got a good staff with me. There's a couple assistant coaches I've already met. I've already been working with them in the mornings. We've done some 6 a.m. weightlifting with some of the guys. So we're all fired up. It's awesome.
Well, Coach, you must be looking at my notes here, because my next question was, how would you describe your brand of football, or at least the way you want St. Jean to play? Because I'm going to guess you just talked about you love your line. These guys they're young, but they have experience now. I'm going to guess you're going to want to run the football real hard. Yeah.
So last year they had a great skill wise. They had a great quarterback, some good talented receivers, young line. And now some of those players are gone, and we're going to be returning some. We got some quick soccer players on our team too. But I do want to run the ball. I want to make it a shorter game. Heck, if we break a couple long runs, I'm not going to complain about that. But but if we can get some long drives in there, that's what makes me happy.
So, Coach, what are some things you're doing right now to get ready for that first game of the year, to come this fall? You already mentioned the weight room, but what are some other things that you want to do in the next couple of months?
I actually just got another game with Workman. They're up in City of Industry. So that I got my week 0 game. So as a first year head coach, that's always tough. I need to get some schedule. I need to get some games going. So I'm happy to do that. I'm glad we got that game going. I'm in talks with Temecula Prep, right down the road from us. We're going to do a lot of 7-on-7s with them. They got a big tournament in July.
Yeah.
That we'll probably join. But I'm meeting with the 8th graders actually next week. So got to get those young freshmen going next year. Just working out right now. Spring ball starts for us in a couple weeks. After, I think April 25th is the last golf thing that they're doing. So after that, we're going to hit the road. And then summer practices, except for dead period, will be all summer long. We're grinding.
Coach, what do you think is key right now for the program? Is it, like you said, you're going to meet with some 8th graders. Is it just recruiting and trying to build those numbers?
It really is. Last year, because it's such a small school, I believe they only had about 130 high school students total. And we're already past 160, and they were talking projections over 200 in the next year or two. So St. Jean's is growing, which is beautiful to see. But that is the big key, is just to get the numbers out. And I just want bodies. If you like football, you love football, you want to hit somebody, hey, come on out and play for me. I don't care if you're raw. If you love football just like I do, come on out. Yeah.
You know, it makes sense to me because that Temecula, that Murrieta area down there, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of great athletes, but there was no Catholic school. You got Linfield Christian, you got Rancho Christian, but when you look at the Catholic schools, you know, Notre Dame in Riverside, you got Aquinas in San Bernardino, Xavier Prep out, you know, in the desert, in Palm Desert. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is like a sleeping giant. Like that, you know. I know it's still young, but you guys, I think there's, you know, the sky's the limit. Am I again being, you know, overly dramatic here when I say that?
No, I don't think so. You're just being really optimistic and hopefully realistic. Maybe it was time for Temecula to. Now we are going to build this nice, amazing Catholic school. Just this last year, they built the high school, the building and everything, and it's gorgeous. Linfield Christian, like you said, is right down the road. Rancho Christian is right down the road on Temecula Parkway. So, and I believe a lot of those Christians, the Catholics, and students, they go to those schools. But I think when they start seeing what St. Jean's is building, I think we're going to get some good families coming our way and building our program up.
Well, Coach, it's all very exciting. I appreciate you hopping here on the Inland Sports Show and talking about your program a little bit. And when you finalize some of those passing league stuff, I'd love to come out and see you guys in action a little bit, flying around before you get to that Workman game in week 0.
Hey, Pep, I just appreciate it. I've always wanted to be on this show. It's an honor to be on it. But I'll definitely hit you up for those 7-on-7s.
Hey, and tell your brother we gotta talk about Hamilton on here too. I feel bad now.
I talked to him. He said he's not a camera person. I'm like, come on.
Next time.
Yep.
Well, Coach McGowan, thank you so much. Congrats on the St. Jean gig, and we'll do this again soon.
All righty. Thanks, Pat. All right, go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs. That is Joe McGowan, the new head football coach for St. Jean Temecula. Thank you so much, Coach. Congrats on that gig. All right, before we wrap things up, we do have a couple things to do real quick, including our Big Boost Play of the Week. In fact, we go back down to Temecula because she is a stud on the track. We're talking about Keelan Wright of Chaparral. She was amazing at the Arcadia Invitational, winning not the 100, but also the 200 meters, going up against some of the top runners anywhere. Keelan Wright from Chaparral winning the 100 in a new Riverside County record. In fact, she owns it now outright. So congratulations to Keelan Wright, a record holder and 2 titles at the Arcadia Invitational. That is our Big Boost Play of the Week. And finally, our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. It's a must-see game, but it's really like a must-see series this week on the baseball diamond between Paloma Valley and Moreno Valley. If you're watching us live, this game is just wrapping up. It's very important as the Wildcats are trying to tighten their grip on first place in the Ivy League. Moreno Valley trying to bounce back. They had a tough loss against Heritage the other day, but the Vikings still look like, I'd say, the #1 contender against Paloma Valley for that Ivy League title. But Paloma Valley has been unbelievable this year. In fact, I saw them earlier this year throw a no-hitter against a very good Cajon team. They've only lost 1 game all year long. They won their first 16 games in a row to open the year. In fact, they came on the Inland Sports Show a couple weeks ago. So that's a big series. So the first game in that 2-game series was today. And if you're watching this show live, we haven't seen that final score yet. And then they'll play again on Friday in Moreno Valley. That's our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game, must-see series between the Vikings and the Wildcats. All right, big shout out to all our guests tonight. Coach McGowan from St. Jean football. We got Yucaipa golf, Coach Blalock and Tyler Price. Coach G, Coach Gueringer, the new head football coach for Citrus Hill, and Michael Nagamatsu and CJ Moran from Murrieta Mesa baseball. Biggest shout out goes to our guy, Johnny Nunez, the director here at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.